Hi, Pisces, my little fishies. How are things going? I can imagine that they're kind of slow. It's like you're kind of fast and kind of slow, right? Neptune's been in retrograde, which means you guys are probably thinking a lot about what your life means, what your life purposes are. And since Jupiter's in Libra right now, you're looking to transform some things, right? I can see that. You guys like started off really fast here and really strong too, literally. The Strength card. Leo, the Leo card. I love that card. But it also looks like we were talking about there's some inner turmoil with the Five of Wands, or there are disagreements going on around you, so you need to have some strength for them. And the Three of Cups. So, yeah. It's almost like maybe you're having to be strong on the outside for friends, for social occasions. You're trying to I kind of get the feeling that you guys are holding, because Pisces are very spiritual beings. Pisces are astrology starts with Aries, and then it ends with Pisces. So Pisces kind of takes on the good and bad of every sign that comes before it. So it's almost like a confusing feeling that you're having right now, because like everything that's going on in the world, you're just kind of trying to find your way. And it's like you have to be really strong on the outside, which is kind of difficult for a Pisces to do sometimes because they are so very emotional. They're such emotional beings. So maybe we have a lot of wands here. It's a fire sign with the Leo. We have the Ten of Pentacles, which is great. And we have the Page of Wands, which is kind of taking some action. Since these two came out together, I feel like maybe you're taking some action in growing finances, or what it means to grow your finances in a way that serves your purpose. And then there's the Eight of Wands. Now, Neptune, this is very fast. This is like fast communication. Maybe you're doing like a job on the internet. This could be like actual moving, or moving away from something, or talking to somebody who is far away from you. There could be like a long distance work relationship happening. There's a lot of fire going on here. And the only time you guys show up is in a social occasion. So maybe you're only showing your emotions to your closest friends, because it's with Pisces, it's so hard to connect with other people. You guys are so spiritual, and you can't really show that side very often when we live in a world where like New Age spirituality, psychic abilities aren't, looked at in the brightest way, Everybody thinks that we're kooky. but it runs very deep. It runs very deep. And so you have to have the relationships you have in your life, they have to be very close. They have to be people that you can trust. So, and it's hard to be in a really big crowd. So that's why I kind of only see 3 people there, because they're like people that you're very close to. And it's really hard to be, I know a lot of Pisces that do like work at home stuff, because when they're around a lot of people, they pull in their energy. So yeah, it's really hard to be around a lot of people, and exhausting to exude that kind of energy, this fire type of energy, when all you want to do is sit on the beach and like drink your pina colada. But it looks like you're being pretty strong through this. Some battles are going on, but you know, with this fast moving energy, there could be an opportunity, a really great opportunity coming in with the Page of Wands. If you're having arguments with your friends, you're being very strong during them. Maybe there are arguments about finances in your family, or you know, that 5 of Wands is kind of tripping me up a little bit, because you guys aren't like, and I can understand how it's petty, because you guys don't like to get into like serious, hardcore arguments. You will retreat before that happens. That's just not something you guys are about at all. Oh, the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is about being deeply hurt, deeply emotionally hurt. We have the Magician. So we have 2 3s here, and we have the Page of Swords. So some kind of information came in, might not have been like really big information, but I feel like it might have broken your heart. And so now, you know, with the Magician, it's like, I don't know if you guys can like see all of that. I feel really bad because I always have it. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. So with the Magician, it looks like you're either moving away from the situation because you know that you have this strength and the tools to get you through. You know, there might be some gossip going on that's kind of like bringing you down, which would make sense if it's breaking your heart. But I see with like the Page of Swords and this petty fighting that there may be things coming in. But I mean, with the Strength card over here, I mean, you're really definitely being strong through all of this. You're taking on, you know, I mean, like the only way you're showing up here is in the 3 of Cups. I feel like Cancer had almost the same rating. Was it Cancer? Scorpio. It was another water sign, where, I mean, you guys are in a transformation phase for sure. So I feel like that, I mean, this is a very spiritual card, the Magician. And, you know, she's being so kind-hearted to this lion. But it's almost like you're taking on a very fiery energy to overcome a heartbreak. Now, if we're talking about money and this heartbreak was over like a financial situation, then I see you kind of moving past that. That's really funny. I didn't even have to get the sentence out. I was going to clarify what the 5 of Wands was. Didn't even have to get that sentence out to get a card. So you guys really are kind of in a transformation phase, because Libra's in your 8th house of transformation. And because Neptune is actually retrograde in your sign right now, yeah, you're resting. You're thinking about what truly means what, you're resting from these arguments, and these could be arguments in your head, but because they're wands, I feel like it's outside action happening. So, you're really coming within yourself to find out what your true purpose is, because you want this abundance, right? And you want to have, it's almost like a social type of abundance that you want. But all of these energies are very outside of who you truly are, this is like, I'm almost looking at like the outside world and not the inside spirituality of a Pisces. So do you feel like you're having to connect with society in a way that is really like hurtful, or what am I trying to say? I feel like you can't show the actual pain because you're not showing up here. You can't show the actual pain that you're feeling within you. You have to be very strong. You have to show that you're abundant. Within the privacy of your own home, you're resting. I suggest, this is really great idea. Cry about it, write songs. I know a lot of Pisces that are excellent songwriters. But what it's almost like you feel like you're having to move. I'm going really, really slowly because I'm feeling like that retrograde of, the spirituality retrograde, which is kind of tripping me up a little bit, talking about like actual life outside of this spiritual aspect that you guys are. So I feel like you want to take on this powerful, fiery opportunity of moving outside your spiritual reality, which is within you. And it's, I just can't see how that is benefiting the cause. There could be a lot of heartbreak. With everything that's going on in the world, you're like looking outside and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to do something. I got to do something to help all of this. That's kind of like the thing that I'm feeling right now. Like I'm sitting here within myself and thinking about my purpose, but what about everybody else's purpose that's going on? I need to be able to give, So let's see, what is the Three of Cups? And you're doing a lot of thinking, and it's very innocent and, like a child. What is my, and I guess children don't really say, what is my purpose? But, like when they're like, I want to be a firefighter when I grow up. I want to be a policeman when I grow up. It's like you're trying to figure out how you can help the world survive, and you want to do it really fast, but you're like, oh my God, the universe right now is telling me that I have to sit here and think about it. And I can understand that because Mars and Mercury have connected. So you really do want to do, you want to, and they're in Virgo right now, which is the sign of making things possible, making things tangible. And guys, man, Pisces, the cool thing about Pisces and Virgos, they're both extremely intuitive signs, but in a completely different way. So Pisces, they're both very magical signs. Pisces is the imagination of magic. Pisces can think of all of these really wonderful possibilities and dream up amazing fluid emotions and like, what do we need and what do we need? And then you get to Virgo, and Virgo makes it tangible. Virgo takes all of that Pisces energy and all of that imagination, because we are not, I'm a Virgo, we are not creative at all. Like I have zero, I know a lot of Virgos that are creative, but it's mostly like a creative aspect in making botanical oils or being able to plant a hydrangea bush and let it explode. That's really, I just said that. But we don't have the kind of imagination and color and fluidness that a Pisces does. So we take that imagination and we make it something tangible, right? And I feel like that's what you're trying to do. And you want to do it really fast because Mercury and Mars are in Virgo right now and they're both direct. And it's like, oh my God, I got to do it. But because you are in this very spiritual, transformative phase, there's a lot of luck behind you and the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. You know, there is, I am not seeing Pisces anywhere except for in this Three of Cups. So it's like you really are trying to take on every other sign because you don't feel like you can manifest it yourself. You don't feel like you can manifest it yourself. So you're taking every other tool that you have here from every other sign, which is what Pisces does. They take on the energies, good and bad. And if they use it in a good way, the world is saved. If they use it in a bad way, things can happen like doing like overindulgence in something, overindulgence in eating or drinking or, you know, smoking or, you know, whatever. So it's like you're juggling your emotions and the material aspects of the world. And you're trying to take on all of the energies of every other sign because you're like, everybody else is having all this really great luck and doing things in life. And here I am, you know, wanting to be sociable and excited and happy. But every single time I try to be, I fight. Because I can't. I want to do and I can't. Because the universe is saying, so I really feel like your hearts are broken right now. You're like emotionally unable to pull yourself out of this depth of, oh my God, what's happening to me? What's happening in this world? What's happening to people? And you're working really, really hard with, you know, is this the Eight of Pentacles? With the Eight of Pentacles, you're working really hard, but because you have to do one thing at a time, and you're not seeing the fruits of these things that you're trying to manifest, you're exhausted. I mean, this guy is sitting on this sawhorse, banging on this pentacle, and it's like, oh my God, I have to do this one at a time. You know, like he's making his material world come together. Because that's what he's actually chiseling these pentacles into these things and then putting them up on the tree. But he has to do it one thing at a time, and it has to be very methodical and very, you know, and I just feel like the pain of having to sit there with the Hanged Man. And it's the same thing as the Two of Pentacles, you know, juggling these ideas and having to sit here and hang and, you know, what the hell's going on? Why don't I feel like I'm myself? Because I'm not showing any emotions, but I am just sitting here, you know, I'm resting. So you're taking on all of the signs as you do. What do we do in this situation during this resting? Because I'm sorry to tell you, but Neptune is going to be in retrograde until November 21st. Totally sucks, right? Except with everything that is going on in the world, the fact that you had strength come out first, you know, I mean, we had that solar eclipse. I think the strength card has come out for just about every sign. This is for September 15th to the 30th. I don't think that I said that to you. Because that solar eclipse, I really feel like it did something to you guys, like hardcore. And it's because you have been transforming. You do know you are a very lucky sign. You do know that there is a transformation happening. Even if you consciously don't know it, you know it. You can feel it deep inside of you, and you see it happening all over the world. All of this water energy that is being like, swirling around with the air, and like destruction and everything. You feel that so deeply. You are the most feeling sign, outwardly and inwardly, and you are holding it in. You're heartbroken. And if this has to do with a relationship, which I can't see that, because where are the cups? Where are the cups? You're not showing your emotions. You're arguing about it. You're juggling them. Material, spiritual, material, spiritual. So what do we do when we have to sit here and work so methodically and analytically like a Virgo, and we feel like we just want to get up and run like a Sagittarius, because we are so chaotic, and we want to do that because you have chaos going on in you, within you. And you want to give all of this abundance. You want to have this abundance and give it to the world, but you're forced to sit here. You're manifesting. See, there we go. The Nine of Pentacles. You want to have this abundance, this beauty. You want to see the fruits of everything. I mean, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. At least we're moving up, but you don't feel like that's what's happening because you are not doing it in the way that a Pisces is doing it, or should be doing it, because Neptune is forcing you to figure it out within yourself and sit. Figure out what all of these emotional feelings are with the world, and not act fast on it, and not, because I mean, I kind of feel like this is you wanting to like send a message out to everybody, like really, really fast, and say, what the fuck is going on? Like, the universe is falling down around us. What the fuck is going on? I feel like that's what's happening here because you're so heartbroken. You're going to figure it out. And you have your ideas. They're just beginning. You have your ideas, and you're taking on the magician stance, and you're pulling in every sign, every magical part of every sign before you. And you're taking all of that on. And so as you sit here with your broken heart and you write songs about it, and you write about, because if you go out and tell your friends and tell people about this, you're just going to end up in a battle, and it'll be a petty argument, but you'll end up in a battle like, why are you doing this? Like, what's the point? Like, it's not like we can change anything. And you'll argue that to death. You'll be like, yeah, we can. And this is how we're going to do it. And we're going to do it right now. No, you can't shout it from the rooftops yet. So the juggling, what do I do? What do I do? Don't do anything yet, because you're already doing something. You're getting the thoughts and ideas into your head. You're manifesting them in your head. Divine timing is working in your favor, because Pisces, Pisces are so magical, and so many of them don't understand that. Okay, I'm actually going to shuffle, and there's so much information going on here. You guys are just so struggling, but you're getting there. You're getting to the steps, you're trying to make them tangible. And that is like, how wonderful is that, And once they become tangible, you can shout it from the rooftops. I love that. I love you guys so much. You're so wonderful. You're such a good sign. Just good-hearted, I've never really known a Pisces to be like super deceptive, because if they're mean to someone, it's like they feel that pain too. Does that make sense? And you guys give so much. I actually knew one Pisces that was a little deceptive, but it always seemed to like blow up in his face. So I think that he kind of started to realize, he like learned his lesson. Okay, bottom of the deck. Let's see, kids. Knight of Pentacles, very slow motion. Man, you guys in the money situation going on here, because now we have the Page of Pentacles. Very slow motion. I mean, this is like really a battle between material aspects, spirituality, manifestation. You want this information to come in to be able to gain all of this abundance, but you feel like you can't do it, And you want to go really, really fast. Deception with the Five of Swords. I still don't see you showing up. This could be deceiving yourself. And the Three of Pentacles. Pentacles. There's a lot of money thinking here. There's a lot of money thinking. And there are so many ideas here. There's more Pentacles. But it's funny because, we start off at, we have all, we start off at the Page, the Knight, we have the Three of Pentacles, and then we jump to the 8, 9, 10. It's like you guys want to skip a step. We have the 2. Finances. Spirituality. I want to move. I mean, I really think that because you're not using your Pisces inner spiritualness, and I mean, even the Hanged Man is a very spiritual person. The illumination around his head, he's sitting there for a reason. He can get out of this position anytime he wants to. He is not really chained up. He has like a tiny little rope there on his foot. He's sitting there on purpose, So if your heart has been broken from a relationship because of money, I see that changing. You are having ideas. But I really feel like that this Five of Swords is deception within yourself, thoughts, fighting with yourself, because swords are thoughts. Swords are inner thoughts. My glasses are really like, when they glare on the light, I look really evil. See, it's pretty funny, huh? So, yeah, I just, and I feel like you don't want to talk with anybody about it, because you will get into an argument of material, I want that, this is what I want. But then the other side of you is like, but I'm very spiritual too. So what is my purpose? Like, what's my purpose? I want that new job coming in. I want somebody to tell me I have that new job, you know, because you're tired of juggling finances and you want to be able to do things. You know, you work hard. You do work very hard, but I don't see you anywhere. Nowhere. Except for with the Three of Cups. So where is that Pisces? Is that hiding behind Neptune? I mean, Neptune is, look at what's going on. Look at what's going on in the world. So I can kind of see why you would be hiding behind every other sign. But I really feel like inside that it's like killing you because you want to be able to have all this abundance, but what about my spiritual aspect? It's coming. It's coming. And I know that it really sucks to like sit there, and I know that you want to shout it from the rooftops. But you have to wait. I'm sorry that I have to tell you that. And it's not really me telling you that. I mean, because it's coming, you know, you are transforming right now. The Wheel of Fortune is a 10, it's completion, you know, and you will have that abundance. And it doesn't even have to be like material, because like I said, with earth signs, we take what Pisces imagination is and we make it into something tangible. So it doesn't even have to be like money abundance. It could be just something that you've made tangible, taking from the quality of earth, you know, but rest, because it's hurting you inside. You're not showing your outside emotion like you normally do. So do it. And if you have to do it within your own privacy and not tell your friends, because it'll lead to petty arguments and you'll be fighting about religion and spirituality all night long, and nobody wants to do that. It's not fun. But don't deceive yourself into thinking that you can make things happen with every other sign's energy, because it's just simply not true. You guys are magic within your own selves. So I hope that this resting period during September really helps, and I will see you guys in October. Bye.